guys, it's your girl Miracle here with video number 2. It's been a minute, but I hope that you all are doing extremely well. I got something that I felt it has been positive and I want to share with you. I'm not one that enjoys any type of fight, so I've always felt for a great part of my life that whenever it was time to fight, my initial response would be to fold. Well, the tables have turned. What I mean by fold is, no, let me just back off. No, let me try to extend, an easy way out, and let me escape. So that means that so many areas of my life have been impacted because I have not taken the term fight and place it in the proper perspective. Fight as far as persevere, as far as never giving up. There are moments I can look back on and I can see where I have implemented and I have fought. However, I also can look back and see times where I could have fought a little bit harder. I could have went a little harder. I'll sum it up to that. But what I will say is helping me to visit, who God says I am, my identity in Him, self-love. I never really, thought or realized how powerful self-love is, y'all. It is the number one thing that we must do in order to truly be able to love others. We are to love our neighbor as ourselves, but if we don't love ourselves, how can we love our neighbors? And I love people, but I've been in situations where it may have been myself or other people may have treated someone poorly or out of my insecurities because I didn't take a moment to say, well, Miracle, this is maybe something that you are projecting on other people. Usually when someone tends to treat you, well, I'll say this, people tend to treat you how they feel about themselves, if that makes any sense. So if I truly love myself, or maybe I can be having a moment during the day or the week or whatever, and that frustration or whatever is in my heart at that time is going to project onto you. I'm going to act in that way. So a lot of the times when I encounter people that are very nasty, or say for example, I go into the store and there's a cashier, male, female, whatever it may be, and they're just nasty, and I have to remind myself in that moment or a little bit after, because I might be like, okay, you don't feel like being here, but I have to remind myself that, well, maybe they're just having a moment, or maybe you have someone or people in your life that are draining, and for me, my biggest thing for 2019 for my life, my motto is protect my peace, go in the direction of peace. That's it. Go in the direction of peace. If that means to draw back, to not engage, to say no to certain events or people, that's what I have to do. So that is how I'm choosing to show up in my life when it comes to fighting. When I say fight, I mean fight for loving people, doing the right thing, and I don't always get that right. Lord knows I don't always get that right, but just fighting to know that if I love myself enough that I'm no longer going to accept the things that say differently. So if I know my value, why would I continue to allow myself to accept things that are beneath that? I'm not saying being snobby about it. I'm not even saying being as most females would say, being the be resting face. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be all of that, but we teach people how we want to be treated. So if we continue to go in, or if we're continuing to be in cycles where we're like, well, wonder where that comes from. This is not making me feel good about myself. Why are we there? Like, why are we allowing it? So it's things that's going on the inside of us. When I say fight, that also means to fight for your dreams. And that is something that I'm truly embracing in this season of my life, because a lot of the times, you know, like we hear family members that gives us advice, but a lot of times that can be them operating out of fear. Now, I'm also trying to implement, you know, the eat the meat and spit out the bones. So I'm going to take your wisdom, but all the extra I'm going to discern, and I'm going to pray, and I'm going to ask God, you know, to help me. A lot of the times I can say when I have folded is because I've allowed myself to get in my own way. A lot of dreams, a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts, a lot of things that I just want to do. I would just get in my own way, you know. And what does that look like? Okay, I've had several thoughts, ideas. I've even written it down or wrote it down. Starting my own business with several different things that I would like to do, but I folded because I'm like, oh, what if they don't like it? What if nobody shows up? But guess what? Like, who cares? Like, it's not for people. It's for me. You know, I know if God has given me these ideas or he's depositing, like I have to, and I have made up my mind that I can no longer fold because I want to make other people feel comfortable, or I have to step up to be exactly who God has called me to be. Perfect? Nah. Purposed? Absolutely. And I think that everyone has a journey. Everyone has their story. Everyone has their situations. And I am a believer that nothing goes wasted. Nothing goes wasted. All your pain, all your happy times, your joy, you know, like wisdom. One big thing that I am trying to keep at the front of my mind is just surrounding myself with people that are in the direction or going in the same direction in which I'm hoping to go. So if that means that in this season I no longer have friends that I used to have, so be it. Guess what? That doesn't mean that I love them any less, but it just means that things are happening, and everyone's not in your life for a lifetime. And sometimes that can hurt, but guess what? I mean, it's all good. It doesn't mean that you love them less. It just means that we are going in different directions. So I guess I'll sum this video up with saying that if you have to fight, know that you're not fighting alone. Know that everything that you do, every thought that you have, every fear that you have, I would just make it known to God. You know, ask him to take away that fear. The goals and the plans and the dreams that you have, give it to him and see how he wants to direct our path. Like, we have so many plans, you know, but it's God's plan that is ultimately his purpose is going to be done. I think that's about all, but I would say fight for your life like your life depends on it. And I mean, that makes sense, but it's crazy. Just fight for standing up for yourself, fight for your health, fight for your dreams, fight for your family, fight for your goals. Just fight. And I'm not really a big fighter, but guess what? I'm loving the fact that I am turning into one that enjoys putting perseverance into practice. My final thought is, I know that the work that God has started in me, he is faithful to complete. So I have to go a little harder. You know, if it means I have to spend a little bit more time, if it means that I have to stay quiet and listen, because a lot of the times I'm like, Lord, let me help you out. I'll do this. You know, let me just do this. Let me. That's how I was whenever I got married. I was like, okay, Lord, listen. Sister Gal was knocking on 26. I'ma help you out. Like, you know, I think this will be good. Wait on the Lord. Anywho, I pray that your evening is blessed or your morning is blessed whenever you're watching this video. But fight and know that it ain't over until God says it's over. It ain't over until God says it's done. No, no, no. All right, God bless. Love y'all.